Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Hello. Thank you for watching my videos. It's Mike Radman, January 9th, 2011. Over in the States, we have a huge story, of course, the shooting of an Arizona congresswoman, Gabrielle Giffords. Now, the alleged suspect, well, they throw him to the ground, rip the gun out of his hand, but we'll call him the suspect anyway, Jared Lee Loughner. Now, apparently there's stories going around that he left a strange internet trail of Loughner. Link down below from the Telegraph today. Loughner, a 22-year-old man, was named by police as the man arrested for the killings of 6 people and shootings of 10 others, including Gabrielle Giffords. Witnesses said the shooter came out of nowhere and sprayed bullets at the congresswoman, and the crowd. Now, one of the things in the article here is a comment from Katie Parker, quote, a singer-songwriter from Arizona. I've never heard of her either, but regardless. Apparently, Mr. Loughner liked to partake of drugs. He was once arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. Apparently, he liked pot, marijuana, whatever. But also, in 2006, he dropped out of school due to alcohol poisoning. Apparently, he liked to party very hard. So yes, so if you do drugs or you drink a lot of alcohol, you are obviously some kind of insane person who is going to shoot a congresswoman. Describing him as a, quote, political radical and a, quote, loner who was very philosophical, Miss Parker claimed Loughner was, quote, oddly obsessed with the 2012 prophecy, unquote, which predicts that the world will end next year. Perhaps. We'll see. Now, one of the things I've linked down below is a video from Ronaldo do los Barretos. Ron, yeah. Better known as the better part of Elaine and Ron. But anyway. I'm sorry, Elaine. I was just being silly. Just ignore that. Anyway, yeah, he's got an interesting little video here saying he was suspended from his community college in September for, quote, having unusual videos, disturbing videos on his YouTube channel. And of course, what Ron points out is that his YouTube channel that everyone is looking at, which is linked down below, Class It Up 10, was actually created October 25th of last year. So he was suspended in September, but his channel was created in October. Something not quite right about the story, folks. Now, he has another channel that's linked. Everyone's assuming it is his channel, seeing as how it looks like him going out and burning a flag. Star Hits Shanaz. I don't know how to pronounce that username. It is linked down below. Where he has a video titled, America, Your Last Memory in a Terrorist Country. And he goes and burns a flag. The American flag. Odd things going on. Now, there are other links to the original story that Ron had linked is now gone. It's not on the LA Times anymore. But there are other stories that are out there. New York Times has a story which claims that Mr. Loughner's parents were called in to the school, tell them their son had been suspended and would have to get a mental health evaluation to return to college. Quote, that behavior, along with a disturbing video, prompted this, unquote. Instead, he dropped out in October. Dropped out of school. Now, one of the other things, linked another article that has a similar kind of vein to it, Jared Lee Loughner, Army reject with a troubled past. Apparently, he tried to join the Army, and they told him to get lost because he's wacky. Now, I have linked down below an article called Crazy Talk. We are too quick to use mental illness as an explanation for violence. Basically, the article saying that just because you're schizophrenic doesn't mean you're likely to go and kill people. It's much more likely if you use drugs. Well, gee, he does. Anyway. Alright, and a couple of other articles linked down below. We have links to a picture of Mr. Loughner, gunman identified as Jared Lee Loughner, and we also have the photos off of his MySpace page. Now, MySpace took down his page almost immediately after he was identified, but somebody had already taken a screenshot, and it's linked down below. And you can see the picture of a pistol, handgun, sitting on top of a textbook, United States history. And also a rather dodgy picture of Mr. Loughner. Now, the interesting thing, of course, is along the lines of conspiracy and all that kind of stuff, because what the heck. A second man has been identified, a second suspect in the Arizona gun rampage. Quote from the Telegraph, linked below. Now I have a picture of the guy, linked on another article, Tucson tragedy, second suspect sought in Arizona shooting. Down below, we have a picture of a an older man, looks about 50 years old. Fortunately, my hair looks nothing like his. But, yeah, who is this guy? Where'd he come from? Now, funny story. I'll tell you in channel news. So who is this chap? Now, one of the other people that was killed in yesterday's rampage, shooting rampage, was Christina Taylor Green, a 9-year-old girl. Now, guess when she was born? September 11th, 2001. 9/11. I'm sure that'll send people in a freaky tizzy. And there's already a Wikipedia page down below. You can read all about this and all the latest goings-on, should you care. Now, of course, the big thing, of course, is that Mr. Loughner is being painted as an internet loner who liked to make YouTube channels and thought the government was out to get him. Who knew? WikiLeaks. Latest twist in the high-tech story. Twitter has been subpoenaed to provide information about WikiLeaks people. Basically, they've asked for information regarding Mr. Julian Assange, but also a number of other people. WikiLeaks has gone on the offensive and contacted Google and Facebook and said, "Were you subpoenaed for information about us?" Link below. Now, of course, the interesting thing is Associated Press story here. Iceland summons a U.S. envoy over WikiLeaks probe. Apparently, one of the people they were trying to get information on by contacting Twitter was a member of the Icelandic Parliament. Now, this is not very good. To go looking for personal details of a parliamentarian in another country is going to get you... yeah, not very good. Yes, Interior Minister Johansson told Icelandic broadcaster RUV, "It is very serious that a foreign state, the United States, demands such personal information of an Icelandic person and elected official." Yeah, kind of messed up on that one, didn't you guys? Now, further news over in England. A couple of quick ones. Truckers threaten to blockade the streets as crude heads for $100 a barrel. Now, the truckers over in England are really upset about the price of diesel and fuel for their trucks, and they're threatening to blockade the oil refineries again. So there may be a shortage of gasoline and diesel in the UK soon. Great fun. Now, a couple of stories that popped up near the end of the year about the snow in England and how this was going to take a toll on sales. Linked here from the Financial Times, heavy snow takes toll on Marks and Spencer's. And there's a couple of other ones that are linked in there. Basically, yeah, all the snow at the end of the year between Christmas and New Year's has sent retailers screaming, saying they've lost all kinds of money. Their sales were down 4 to 5%. Blah, 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 blah. So Next came out and said, yeah, their sales were down. Mothercare came out and said their sales were down. Whereas, and also HMV, their sales were just completely in the toilet. Now, another article published today in the Telegraph. BDO figures question retail chief's claims that snow dented sales. Now, the BDO is the an accounting firm. And they've come out and basically said, well, really, sales were down, but about 0.5% across the country. Not the 4 to 5% that some are claiming. Now, there's a quote in here that's quite funny. Don Williams, head of consumer markets at BDO, said, quote, "The snow definitely had an effect, but you can't say I did badly because the snow came. There are people who have done well over Christmas, and the snow did not just fall outside Mothercare stores." So basically going on, pointing out that perhaps the whole, what people were buying leading up to Christmas has changed, and consumer spending habits have changed dramatically. Case in point, from The Guardian, Domino's Pizza grows fat on UK's taste for austerity. Apparently a lot more people are staying home and ordering in pizza. Domino's is doing remarkably well. Their sales are up 19.2% to £485 million. Not too bad at all. And on a lighter note, I've got a video linked below. David Guetta featuring Kelly Rowland, When Love Takes Over. Peace, love, understanding, think about things. I'll speak again soon. Bye.